Welcome you to this lesson. I am teacher Katimbo Richard, again teaching mathematics. Having looked at the addition and subtraction of whole numbers in the lesson before, today we are looking at the other two operations, that is multiplication and division. Remember, I said we have got four operations in mathematics, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, which two were done in the lesson before this one. And now we continue with the other two, that is multiplication and division of the same whole numbers. And this same work teacher is discussing will be found on page 54 all the way to 58 of the same workbook of term 1 of our class P5. And now, as I said, we're continuing with the same topic called operations of whole numbers in our P5 term 1. And now we start with the multiplication of whole numbers, and the examples are here. The first example reads, work out 23 times 41. Work out 23 times 41. We can handle this in two ways. One, we can multiply vertically. We can as well use the lattice method. Let us see the usual multiplication, that's the vertical multiplication. We write 23 times 41 and start multiplying. Remember, I've got two digits. We are multiplying by, that is 4 and 1 to make the figure 41. We start with the 1 under ones, which is this one. So we say 1 times 3 is a 3. And this is same 1 times 2 is a 2. So 1 is multiplied, and now we go to 4. We say 4 times 3 is a 12. We write 2 and regroup 1, or carry like you want to use it, or refer to it as. So I said 4 times 3 is a 12, write 2, regroup 1. Then 4 times 2, you get 8. Then plus the 1 regrouped, you get 9. And now you are going to add. You have a tendency of writing a 0 here. Please never write it, because when multiplied by 4, we will not get 920, but we got 92. So we add in that order. Here 3 is added to nothing and get 3. 2 plus 2, you get 4. And here write 9, because it doesn't have any number to be added to. So we got 943 when we multiply 23 by 41, and that's the answer. Similarly, one can opt for the lattice method of multiplication. If one learned these two, then they will never fail to multiply. Noting that you must know the tables of multiplication, which are also known as multiplication tables, in order to do mathematics. That's why, as you are at home, please try hard to memorize those multiplication tables, because they are very useful in as far as this subject, mathematics, is concerned. Now we are using lattice method of multiplication. We consider this 23 times 41 like it is here. We look at the digits involved. That's 2, 3, then 4, 1. So we are multiplying a 2 by 2 digit numerals. So we've got 2 digits times 2. So we draw 2 by 2 table, or a box. Separate it in 2 first. It is 2 by 2. Then separate each box into 2 equal parts. That is, draw in that, and now draw in that, and draw in that. But first of all, there were 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 2 boxes by 2 boxes. Then each box must be divided into 2 equal parts such that we multiply. So above one box write 2 and above the next box write 3. Then the other side write a 4 here and a 1 here. So 4, 41. So that I've got 23 times 41. And now start multiplying. Whatever you get must be written. But if it's less than 10, like we are going to see, we start with 0. Okay, we go. Now 2 times 4 is 8. I said 8 is less than 10. So right here in the first box, write 0, 8. 0, 8. Anything less than 10, we start with 0. Now we go 3 times 4, that is 12. 12 is already more than 10, write 1, 2 to make 12. 1, 2 to make 12. I repeat, we first multiply 2 by 4 and get 8, and 8 being less than 10, we write 0, 8. So fill in 0 here and here 8. Then 3 times 4, you get 12, write 1, 2 as digits that make 12, and then go. In this box, we are going to multiply 32 by, say we are multiplying 2 by 1, 2 by 1. So 2 times 1, you get 2, write 0, 2, 0, 2. Why? The product has been less than 10. Then go. Here, we are going to multiply 3 by 1. 3 times 1, you get 3, write 0, 3, because the 3 is less than 10. Now, at last, like we did here, we add. We follow this line, this line, this line, and that line. So that line, when added, we get a 3. And now we go to this line here, inside here. That's 2 plus 0 plus 2, you get 4. 2 plus 0 plus 2, you get 4. Then we go to this line, 1 plus 8 plus 0, you get 9. And now in this line, we've got a 0. And remember, information of whole numbers, 0 never lead a figure. So write the answer in this form like the arrow suggests. So if this were not to be 0, the answer would start with 0. But now we start with 9. That's 943. Not 0943. So 0 cannot be starting a figure that's only decimal. So you say therefore 23 times 41 is equal to 943. 23 times 41 is equal to 943, like it was in the vertical kind of multiplication. This is the vertical way and the usual way. This is lattice method. So that when one asks you to use lattice method of multiplication, you use this one. When you use this one, when I'm told to use another method, much as the answers will look the same, you will not earn any mark. Please, when you say use lattice method, it's only this one. When the question is open like this, that's when you have a choice. You either use this one or the other one and get the answer, but not both in a number. And now we go to example number 2. This one was direct. This one, number 2, is involving words. Please, let's not fear numbers involving words. Please always befriend them, because that's the way to go. In modern mathematics is about that comprehension. So example number 2 reads, a bus carries 72 passengers in one trip. A bus carries 72 passengers in one trip. Then the main question reads, how many passengers does it carry in 24 trips? How does one then realize it won't be multiplication? You will then think about the number of trips. So in a single trip, 72 passengers are carried by the same bus. What about 24 trips, meaning 24 turns of taking people or passengers? So meaning those are times. So that's why you say, I'm going to multiply 24 by 72. Why? It moves or comes 24 times to take the 72 passengers each time it comes. So that is 24 times 72. 24 times, those are the trips, 72. And then we multiply. I've opted for the vertical style, which is the commonest. We start 2 times 4, you get 8. 2 times 2, you get 4. And now we go to 7. 7 times 4 is 28. You write 8 and regroup 2. And now 7 times 2 is 14 plus 2. You get that 16, see. So I've got 168. But always remember that when you're multiplying 7 first by 4, the outcome must be in line with 7 itself. So don't write this side. And now we do the addition by putting the plus sign of that operation, addition, and now start adding. 8 plus nothing, you get 8. 4 plus 8, you get 12. Write 2, regroup 1. Now 1 plus 6, you get 7. And this one is written down. So by coming as many as 24 times to fetch the 72 passengers, the bus would have taken 1,728 passengers that day. Please, you multiply properly. That is how you will be successful. So that's about multiplication of whole numbers. Now we are going to look at division of whole numbers. Remember, if one wants to succeed in division, one must be conversant with the multiplication operation. That's why we first learned multiplication, and now we are moving towards the division of the same whole numbers, and therefore care about what is done in division. And now, so the first example says, work out 192 divided by 6. 192 divided by 6. Here, like it was in multiplication, we've got 2 ways of doing it. One, by use of long division, like it was introduced to you in P3 and enhanced in P4, or using the cancellation method. But now it's better to know long division, and the other one will also be very easy for you at last. Now, long division. If one is to succeed in dividing in a long style, one must put these letters, that's DMSP. DMSP. This Baganda say Ndimusipi, Ndimusipi, Ndimusipi. That is the proper flow of long division. Ndimusipi, DMSP, Ndimusipi. So DMSP. So for them they call it like a belt. Ndimusipi, Ndimusipi. Meaning D stands for division, M multiplication, this is subtract, and then pull down. So you're going to do 4 things: divide, multiply, subtract, pull down. Divide, multiply, subtract, pull down. Divide, multiply, subtract, pull down. That's the order of long division. You're going to divide first, then go multiplication, go subtraction before you pull down, like I'm going to do now. This is the sign. You write 192 divided by 6. 192 divided by 6, and now start. We've got 1 divided by 6. 1 divided by 6. I've got only 1. And here when I'm dividing, we care about each getting a whole. So now I've got only 1 mango divided by 6 people. No one can get a full mango. And here we are after getting a full one. And now I have a tendency of writing a 0 here. And remember, information of whole numbers, meaning a topic that we learned before operation of whole numbers, we say it as 0 will never start any answer that's not a decimal. So people have got a tendency of writing this 0 in front, which is not actually acceptable. So now we are then allowed to take 2 digits, and this only instance we are allowed to take 2 digits. When are we then allowed to take 2 digits? When there is temptation into writing a 0 in front of our answer. Remember, this is the answer, but a 0 can never start any whole. So therefore, we take 19. 19 divided by 6. You must know tables. 6 times what? To get 19 or something close. 6 times 3, you get 18. Okay, so we take that 18. So 19 divided by 6, you get 3. Now I've divided. We are going to multiply. 6 times 3 is 18. So write that 18. Now we are going to subtract. Put a minus sign of subtraction. And now go 9 minus 8 is a 1. And this is a 0. And now I've subtracted, the outcome is a 1. Now we're going to pull down the other 2 that was up. You pull it down, that's the meaning of that arrow, so that it is written against that 1 to make a 12. So it's pulled down. So the outcome of subtraction is a 1, and now pull down a 2, and makes a 12. And now, if you have reached P, then you go back to our usual norm. So we go back to the division. Now 12 divided by 6, you get 2. You have divided. Now you're going to multiply. 6 times 2, you get 12. Write it down. And then you're going to subtract. That's why I've got a minus sign of subtraction. Now 2 minus 2 is a 0. And now 1 minus 1 is a 0. Don't have any other to pull down, meaning the whole number has been divided. So 192 divided by 6, you get 32. And that's all. You don't need to transfer it anywhere. And that is the answer. And now, if one doesn't use this long division, one would then opt for the cancellation method. Would instead just write 192 out of 6 and then start your cancellation. Where 6 divided by 6 is a 1, 19 divided by 6 is 3, remainder 1, 3, remainder 1, and now I've got a 12. 12 divided by 6, you get a 2. So that you have got the answer 32, like the other one that you used long division. It's even better then to know both, but the better show is the long division. You will be accorded the same number of marks if you used any of the 2 methods. One, long division, another one, cancellation. That's the cancellation method. Remember, whenever we cancel in mathematics, there must be movement of division. So whenever you see cancellation, you just know someone is dividing. Therefore, you will be a success when you do any of those 2. Before we look at number 2, example number 2 says share 4,275 books among 9 schools. Remember, to share is to divide. Whenever you hear the word share, it means give them. Divide among or between. But now you are dividing among 9 schools. Please do divide. They can as well say distribute. To distribute is to share or to give away, and or call for division. So we are dividing 4,275 by 9 using long division. We are then writing our new CP. Divide, multiply, subtract, pull down. Divide, multiply, subtract, pull down. Divide, multiply, subtract, pull down. So you write that whenever you are obliged to use of this long division. And now we start our long journey of division. Now 4 divided by 9. Like I said before, 4 can never be divided by 9 and everyone gets a whole. And now that's why people say no one gets and write a 0. And it's as if one can get something called a 0. No. So we then take 2. We take 2 digits. This is only instance I said, or situation. You are allowed to take 2 digits. That is in case the first one was less than the divisor. So the divisor is 9. And now we go 42. 42 divided by 9, knowledge of tables, that is 4. So that is 4. We have divided and have got 4 times. You must note that this 4 must be written above this 2 because we have taken the whole 42. And now we are going to multiply because we have divided and got 4. We multiply 9 by 4. 9 times 4 is 36. Meaning there's a remainder. That's why we go to subtraction. Now you subtract. Put a minus sign of subtraction. 2 minus 6. Post after borrowing. We borrow here and remain with 3. And here we get a 12. 12 minus 6 is a 6. And 3 minus 3 is a 0. So 42 minus 36 you get 6. And now we go pull down. Pull down the next digit, which is a 7. So that it's next to this 6 to become 67. Now 67 divided by 9, you must know tables. So 67 divided by 9, because there are 7 times, we have divided. Now we're going to multiply. 9 times 7, you get 63. We are going to subtract. Put a minus sign of subtraction. 7 minus 3 is a 4, and 6 minus 6 is a 0. So now pull down that 5 and put it here, and it's 45. So you have pulled down. Now we've gone back to division. So divide 45 by 9. 45 divided by 9, you get 5. Now you have divided. We go multiply. That's 9 times 5, you get 45. We go subtract. That's why the minus is here. 5 minus 5 is a 0. And 4 minus 4 is a 0. The moment you get 2 zeros and don't have any other pull down, it means what you have got is a conclusive answer. So we conclude therefore 4,275 books divided among 9 schools. Each of the schools gets 475 books. So you say that for each school got 475 books that day. And in that way, you have divided successfully. And then look at another example, number 3, which is full of words, which words the world fears. Please don't fear the word in numbers, because when done, you have an upper hand of getting a distinction 1. Because I said the world fears such numbers. People leave gaps. Don't be among the gap leavers. So we go. A school has 480 pupils. Whoa, that's information. A school has 480 pupils. Each classroom can take 40 pupils. Oh, each classroom can take in. Okay, 40 pupils. Then how many classrooms are in this school? That is, if each class has got that same number of 40 pupils. So in other words, all the 480 pupils are going to be divided in 40s. Meaning you are opting for the division operation, and now we divide 480 by 40. 480 by 40. Now we divide. We go divide, multiply, subtract, pull down. Divide, multiply, subtract, pull down. Now we start dividing. 4 divided by 40. 4 is less and takes us into writing with 0, which teacher said we don't write. So we go and take 2 digs, that's 48. 48 divided by 40, that's 140. Now we're going to multiply or divide it. 40 times 1, you get 40. We're going to subtract. That's 48 minus 40. Here you get 8, here you get nothing, so don't write it. Now we're going to pull down the upper digit that remained, which is the 0. Now we've got 80. 80 divided by 40, you get 2. We multiply. 40 times 2, you get 80. We subtract. 0 minus 0, 0. 8 minus 8 is 0. So the answer is that 12. So how many classrooms, each containing 40 pupils, can take the total of 480 pupils? There are 12 classrooms that are in this school, therefore you can as well use the other style of division where you say 480, you divide it by 40, and then start your cancellations. Wherever you cancel the zeros off, you are dividing by 10. So by 10, by 10. So I've got 48 divided by 4, and now cancel by 4 once, by 4 once, by 4 2. So here you also get 12 classrooms. So then you conclude the same way. Therefore, 12 classrooms are in the school. So I've got two ways. You can use that long division. You can as well use the cancellation method in division. Now, teacher has made a summary of all the 4 operations in this topic, operations of whole numbers. That is addition, subtraction, which were done in the previous lesson. Now we have looked at the two, that is multiplication and division of the same whole numbers. Now we are going to have another kind of subtopic that is about combined operations. When the operations are combined, you don't only see only one. You can have a combination of operations. For example, you can have addition and subtraction. You can have multiplication and division. If not all, they can be combined in one number. Now, what do we then do? So please, you will apply body mass in combined operations. Combined operations are also known as mixed operations. We apply body mass. Which body mass? When written in full, like you see the word body mass, downwards, body mass means brackets of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. That's the order. Whenever you see more than one operations in a particular number, you write body mass, and that is brackets of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction as your guide. Like we're going to see these other 4 examples, which when understood, you will be able to answer all those questions from page 54 all the way to page 58 of your workbook, P5, first term. Now, examples. The first example says work out 2 minus 9 plus 13. The number is brought like 2 minus 9 plus 13. Meaning I've got 2 operations of subtraction and addition. Then one would wonder, what should I start with really? There is a minus sign of subtraction and a plus sign of addition. Should I add this first? No. Should I first solve this one? Please, that kind of question is going to be answered by use of body mass. So write body mass and follow it properly. Then look at the same number. Remember, B means brackets. You ask yourself whether you have brackets involved. Do I have brackets? I don't have any brackets here. Okay. Do I have of? The word of is not in here. Do I have division? No division. Do I have multiplication involved? No. Do I have addition? Yes. Meaning you're going to add first. Now, the question is, what is to be added? So, which of the 3 numbers, 2, 9, and 13, has got that plus sign of addition? It is 13 that's led by the plus here. Meaning, the one that is with minus will come last. And this is the only situation in use of body mass or in application of body mass that we are allowed to change the order. So we change the order only if the subtraction operation leads the addition one. Please, we change the order only if the subtraction operation leads the addition one. So like it is here, the minus will come last because S is the last, subtract 9 last. So we change the order and say 2 plus 13, like it is here, minus 9. These brackets are put by you, doesn't mean they are original, to show that you are dealing with addition first. We add first before we subtract, as opposed to the order here. The order is incorrect according to body mass, because here subtraction is leading addition, but our guide body mass, you must add before you subtract. Now, which one has got a plus sign? You see, it is a 13. Now, you say 2 plus 13, then later we subtract the 9. Now, let me add first. And now, 2 plus 13 is my 15. Now, I will do your subtraction of 9. So, minus 9. So, 15 minus 9. Please subtract accurately, you get 6. Please, that's the guidance of body mass in as far as our operation, whole numbers is concerned. Body mass comes in case you have got more than one operations used in a particular number, like you are seeing in these examples, particularly number 1 now. Now go to number 2. A setting will be brought, like number 2 will be required to work out, and we say 9 times 9 in brackets, that is brought originally, plus 3. 9 times 9 in brackets plus 3. This time the brackets are brought by the examiner. Now, again, you have got the times and the brackets, and then a plus. So that one shows that there is a question. What should I do now? First. Okay, please. Body mass answers that question. By the way, body mass and start. Do I have brackets? You say yes. The examiner had brought in brackets. If that is so, then I deal with whatever is inside the brackets first. Meaning, I'll first get the meaning of 9 times 9. So 9 times 9 is 81. In so doing, the brackets will have gone plus 3. Now, I've got only one operation, you don't need to consult. You are going to add, that is 81 plus 3, which is 84. All in all, the guidance of body mass is very paramount. Very important it is to use that body mass. And don't just talk about it, please do write it there and follow it strictly. And then look at example number 3 and see what it brings to us. It also says work out 42 divided by 7 times 3, which is in brackets, plus 5. Now somebody says, now I've got division, I've got multiplication inside the brackets already, and the addition. What should I do? The answer is body mass. Write the word body mass and ask yourself, do I have brackets? Yes, there are meanings, brackets, or things in brackets that will bring the first outcome. So you deal with brackets first. So what is 7 times 6? That is 42. So I will have 42 divided by 42 plus 5 in the next step. 42 divided by 42 plus 5. And now you have got 42 divided by 42 plus 5. What do I deal with? I've got division and addition. Do I have of? No. Put something like that, meaning a cross. Then we go division. Yes. That's why I've got these other brackets, meaning I'm dealing with division now. I'm dealing with the division now. I will first divide before I add. Where 42 divided by 42 is the 1. 42 divided by 42 is the 1. Now plus 5. You don't need to consult again. So you are remaining with only addition operation or plus sign of addition operation. So I've got 1 plus 5, finally you get 6. Following body mass will help you answer this work successfully. No guesswork whatsoever. Should you guess, you will be guessed to have answered wrongly. And now we go to the last example today about body mass and lesson in general, which reads work out 3/4 of 20 plus 15 divided by 15. Oh, 3 out of 4 of 20 plus 15 divided by 15. Again, we've got a plus, we've got a divide by 5. Now, what should we start with? Don't go into a puzzled style. Please do write the word body mass. You must write it and follow it and say, in this statement, do I have brackets? No. Put that cross. Do I have of? Yes. Meaning I'm going to start with where of is. That's why here we put it in brackets and start with of. Of is done like the times, or is replaced with the times sign of multiplication. But remember, multiplication as an operation is different from of as in the flow of body mass. But now interpretation, replace it with a times. So we say 3 out of 4 times 20. Still I'm dealing with you. The brackets show where you are. Plus 15 divided by 5. Let's first deal with this of, which is like a times. Now 4 divided by 4 is a 1. 20 divided by 4, you get 5. Remain with 3 times 5. If you know tables, you notice the 15. 3 times 5 is the 15. So of is gone. So the new one we have got now is 15 plus 15 divided by 5. 15 plus 15 divided by 5. Now we are left with 2 operations of addition and division. Go back to your consultant called body mass. The of is done. Do I have division? Please do tick that division, meaning you are dealing with division first. Put 15 divided by 5 in brackets to show what to start with of the 2. That's addition and division. So now we divide 15 by 5. In its position, please. 15 divided by 5, you get 3. So now 15 plus 3, no more consultation to this body mass. So we go 15 plus 3, which is equal to 18. And so doing, you have got the answer right. In short, that's the summary of the 4 operations we have in mathematics, which are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Whole numbers as well as the application of body mass. In summary, teacher said body mass is only of help if I've got a mixture or a combination of more than one operations. And then body mass will be there to help you answer accordingly. I am Teacher Katimbo Richard, that has taught you that much. For more information about the same or about mathematics in general, call the same Teacher Katimbo on this MTN line 0776 251655. I repeat, 0776 251655. Remembering that this work is actually found on page 54 all the way to 58, and which, when understood, you will not find any difficulty in answering it. Otherwise,